Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Someone who engages in sports. Play boisterously. Maine colloquial, a temporary summer resident of Maine. Wear or display in an ostentatious or proud manner. She was sporting a new hat. An active diversion requiring physical exertion and competition. Biology, an organism that has characteristics resulting from chromosomal alteration. Verbal wit or mockery, often at another's expense but not to be taken seriously. He said it in sport. A person known for the way she, or he, behaves when teased or defeated or subjected to trying circumstances. A good sport. The occupation of athletes who compete for pay. Someone who engages in sports. Someone who engages in sports. Play boisterously. Play boisterously. Occupy in an agreeable, entertaining or pleasant fashion. The act of searching someone for concealed weapons or illegal drugs. He gave the suspect a quick frisk. Play boisterously. Search as for concealed weapons by running the hands rapidly over the clothing and through the pockets. The police frisked everyone at the airport. Gay or lighthearted recreational activity for diversion or amusement. Their frolic in the surf threatened to become ugly. Play boisterously. The children frolicked in the garden. Gay or lighthearted recreational activity for diversion or amusement. Play boisterously. The gamboling lambs in the meadows. A songbird that lives mainly on the ground in open country, has streaky brown plumage. North American songbirds having a yellow breast. Any carefree episode. Play boisterously. Any of numerous predominantly Old World birds noted for their singing. Play boisterously. Play boisterously. Gay or lighthearted recreational activity for diversion or amusement. A girl who behaves in a boyish manner. Play boisterously. The toddlers romped in the playroom. An easy victory. Run easily and fairly fast. Win easily. Romp a race. Play boisterously. Brown speckled European lark noted for singing while hovering at a great height. Play boisterously. Maine colloquial, a temporary summer resident of Maine. Speaking of yourself in superlatives. Show off. Wear or display in an ostentatious or proud manner. A prominent attribute or aspect of something. The map showed roads and other features. The principal, full-length film in a program at a movie theater. The feature tonight is Casablanca. Linguistics. A distinctive characteristic of a linguistic unit that serves to distinguish it from other units of the same kind. Have as a feature. This restaurant features the most famous chefs in France. A special or prominent article in a newspaper or magazine. They ran a feature on retirement planning. Wear or display in an ostentatious or proud manner. The characteristic parts of a person's face: eyes and nose and mouth and chin. An expression of pleasure crossed his features. An article of merchandise that is displayed or advertised more than other articles. A contest between athletes. An active diversion requiring physical exertion and competition. Participation in sports events as an extracurricular activity. Biology. An organism that has characteristics resulting from chromosomal alteration. An animal that has undergone mutation. Tending to undergo or resulting from mutation. A mutant gene. Genetics. Any event that changes genetic structure. Any alteration in the inherited nucleic acid sequence of the genotype of an organism. Biology. An organism that has characteristics resulting from chromosomal alteration. A change or alteration in form or qualities. An activity that varies from a norm or standard. Any variation in his routine was immediately reported. The angle, at a particular location, between magnetic north and true north. Ballet. A solo dance or dance figure. Biology. An organism that has characteristics resulting from chromosomal alteration. Something a little different from others of the same type. An emery wheel is the modern variation of a grindstone. An instance of change, the rate or magnitude of change. An artifact that deviates from a norm or standard. He patented a variation on the sandal. A repetition of a musical theme in which it is modified or embellished. Astronomy. Any perturbation of the mean motion or orbit of a planet or satellite, especially a perturbation of the Earth's moon. The act of changing or altering something slightly but noticeably from the norm or standard. Who is responsible for these variations in taxation? The process of varying or being varied. Activities that are enjoyable or amusing. I do it for the fun of it. A disposition to find, or make, causes for amusement. He was fun to be with. Verbal wit or mockery, often at another's expense but not to be taken seriously. He became a figure of fun. Violent and excited activity. She asked for money and then the fun began. Contend against an opponent in a sport, game, or battle. Princeton plays Yale this weekend. Pretend to have certain qualities or state of mind. She plays deaf when the news are bad. Manipulate manually or in one's mind or imagination. She played nervously with her wedding ring. A dramatic work intended for performance by actors on a stage. He wrote several plays but only one was produced on Broadway. The act using a sword, or other weapon, vigorously and skillfully. A weak and tremulous light. The play of light on the water. Gay or light-hearted recreational activity for diversion or amusement. It was all done in play. Activity by children that is guided more by imagination than by fixed rules. Freud believed in the utility of play to a small child. Consider not very seriously. She plays with the thought of moving to Tasmania. Cause to happen or to occur as a consequence. Play a joke. Replay, as a melody. She played the third movement very beautifully. Game. The activity of doing something in an agreed succession. It is still my play. Perform on a stage or theater. She acts in this play. Stake on the outcome of an issue. She played all her money on the dark horse. An attempt to get something. They made a futile play for power. A deliberate coordinated movement requiring dexterity and skill. The runner was out on a play by the shortstop. Engage in recreational activities rather than work. Occupy oneself in a diversion. On weekends I play. Cuz to emit recorded audio or video. I'll play you my favorite record. Movement or space for movement. There was too much play in the steering wheel. Behave carelessly or indifferently. The removal of constraints. They gave full play to the artist's talent. Engage in an activity as if it were a game rather than take it seriously. They played games on their opponents. The act of playing for stakes in the hope of winning, including the payment of a price for a chance to win a prize. There was heavy play at the blackjack table. Verbal wit or mockery, often at another's expense but not to be taken seriously. In games or plays or other performances, the time during which play proceeds. Rain stopped play in the fourth inning. Play a role or part. Gielgud played Hamlet. Act or have an effect in a specified way or with a specific effect or outcome. This factor played only a minor part in his decision. A preset plan of action in team sports. The coach drew up the plays for her team. A state in which action is feasible. The ball was still in play. A theatrical performance of a drama. The play lasted 2 hours. Be at play. Be engaged in playful activity. Amuse oneself in a way characteristic of children. The kids were playing outside all day. Behave in a certain way. Play safe. Be performed or presented for public viewing. What's playing in the local movie theater? Bet or wager, money. He played $20 on the new horse. Cuz to move or operate freely within a bounded space. The engine has a wheel that is playing in a rack. Discharge or direct or be discharged or directed as if in a continuous stream. Play water from a hose. Emit recorded sound. The tape was playing for hours. Employ in a game or in a specific position. They played him on first base. Exhaust by allowing to pull on the line. Play a hooked fish. Make bets. Play the casinos in Trouville. Move or seem to move quickly, lightly, or irregularly. The spotlights played on the politicians. Participate in games or sport. We played hockey all afternoon. Perform music on a musical instrument. He plays the flute. Perform on a certain location. The prodigy played Carnegie Hall at the age of 16. Play on an instrument. The band played all night long. Pretend to be somebody in the framework of a game or playful activity. Let's play like I am mommy. Put a card or piece into play during a game, or act strategically as if in a card game. He is playing his cards close to his chest. shoot or hit in a particular manner. She played a good backhand last night. Use or move. I had to play my queen. Use to one's advantage. She plays on her client's emotions. Utilization or exercise. The play of the imagination. A person trained to compete in sports. A support for the genitals worn by men engaging in strenuous exercise. A person trained to compete in sports. Someone on vacation. Someone who is devoting time to pleasure or relaxation rather than to work. Someone on vacation. Someone who is devoting time to pleasure or relaxation rather than to work. Serve oneself to, or consume regularly. Undergo, as of injuries and illnesses. Have or possess, either in a concrete or an abstract sense. Have sex with, archaic use. Have ownership or possession of. How many cars does she have? Achieve a point or goal. Go through, mental or physical states or experiences. Have a feeling. Get something. Come into possession of. A person who possesses great material wealth. Organize or be responsible for. Have, throw, or make a party. Undergo. Have as a feature. Cause to be born. Cause to move. Cause to be in a certain position or condition. Cause to do. Cause to act in a specified manner. Receive willingly something given or offered. The only girl who would have him was the miller's daughter. Have a personal or business relationship with someone. Have a postdoc. Have left. I have 2 years left. Suffer from. Be ill with. An attack calculated to draw enemy defense away from the point of the principal attack. An activity that diverts or amuses or stimulates. Scuba diving is provided as a diversion for tourists. A turning aside, of your course or attention or concern. A diversion from the main highway. Activity that refreshes and recreates. Activity that renews your health and spirits by enjoyment and relaxation. Days of joyous recreation with his friends. An activity that diverts or amuses or stimulates. For recreation he wrote poetry and solved crossword puzzles. The state or fact of existing. A point of view gradually coming into being. A living thing that has, or can develop, the ability to act or function independently.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.